turn off your cell phones, pagers, and the like. We are now going to begin the ceremony. Thank you. With a special ceremony, Charlotte Eulette's divorce, to recognize the hurt and pain that such an event causes, and to begin together with Charlotte the process of healing and the journey forward to a life of peace and happiness. Charlotte, would you like to stand a little closer to me? Thank you. Charlotte's essence is the sum total of all of the choices she has made in her life. And so we have come not to abandon or ignore the past, but to reclaim it. Most of all, we are all here tonight because we love and support our friend Charlotte. Charlotte has chosen important symbols in this ceremony to honor her Greek heritage, to cleanse, to heal, and to energize. It is Charlotte's desire that this ceremony have an impact beyond her own personal situation. She has invited all of you not only as witnesses, but also, and more importantly, as participants. As Charlotte says, everyone has had divorce touch their life in some way, and I hope this public ceremony will help others work through their own feelings. In this spirit, it is Charlotte's hope that all who have experienced divorce, either in their own lives or in the lives of their loved ones, will recognize the importance of ceremony in marking this important life transition, and that tonight we can share these emotions as we honor Charlotte. Charlotte finds strength and comfort in these words from Rainer Maria Rilke's Letters to a Young Poet. Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. Do not seek the answers that cannot be given to you, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps we'll then, gradually, and without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answers. We are gathered here tonight in a spirit of acceptance and love to welcome a new day with renewed commitments for fulfillment and growth. Charlotte has asked her longtime friend Gail Sarma to open this ceremony with some remarks about Charlotte's journey.
I first met Charlotte nearly 20 years ago. She was a beautiful young woman with the wit and sensitivity of a much older person. In the company where she worked with my husband, she created around her a wonderful circle of happy, cooperating people, where everyone got along and everyone was included. Over the years, so many occasions have been made joyful for us by Charlotte's bright and playful and loving spirit. 2 years ago, when we thought about starting the American Celebrate movement, it was obvious that Charlotte, as our national director, would have the magic to make miracles happen, to involve people in the new idea of professional, non-religious ceremonies, and to make it work. In 20 years, I've seen Charlotte pass through difficult times as well as good ones, and she's faced the bad times with tremendous grace and resilience. How wonderful to see her now in a happier life, enjoying the love and success that she has always deserved. My wish for you, Charlotte, is that the glow of happiness you have always created around you should shine inward, that no corner of sadness should be left in your heart.
Messenger, the president of the International Federation of Celebrants, has guided Charlotte on her mission to build the Celebrant USA Foundation. And on that journey, he has become her guide, her friend, and a mentor. I invite him now to share some remarks and a reading.
Thank you, Cindy. Charlotte, since we first met, I've seen you struggle through the pain and the grief of divorce proceedings. Not only through the personal disappointment and confusion which comes with almost every serious separation, but also the expense and the heartlessness of the legal proceedings which drain almost everyone who goes through it of energy, morale, and sometimes health. Society has changed. Divorce is common in countries where freedom is respected, but we have not learned to handle it very well. There are few rules, few conventions, no form morality, not even principles of political correctness to guide us through productively. So you, Charlotte, are now marking the moment when you feel ready to decide to leave all the pain, all the hurts, and all the mistakes of the past behind. You're making a decision to understand, to tolerate, to transform, as we say, positively. So we, your friends, wish a happy life for you. We wish you new and happy love. We wish it from this day on. And perhaps this can be symbolised by the words of William Blake in his poem Love and Harmony, which I'm about to read. Blake, I know and you know, is one of your favourite poets. So this is a wish for you. A wish for the kind of happiness expressed in Blake's words. I hope they will be spoken to you by a new and successful love in your life. A love based on a strong foundation of support and respect. I'll read the first 3 verses. Love and harmony combine, and round our souls entwine, while thy branches mix with mine, and our roots together join. Joys upon our branches sit, chirping loud and singing sweet, like gentle streams beneath our feet, innocence and virtue meet. Thou the golden fruit dost bear, I am clad in flowers fair. Thy sweet boughs perfume the air, and the turtle buildeth there.
In Charlotte's words, during the past few years, I felt that I couldn't express myself, and now I have a sense of expression. Charlotte would like to leave behind the negative feelings and thought processes of those years, and tonight join in a ritual of healing and catharsis to move forward with joy, strength, and tranquility. Charlotte, will you now cleanse this ceremonial space by taking the lit votive candle and walking into the ceremonial area?
I will.
Will you please repeat these words after me as you do so? I am cleansing this old space.
I am cleansing this old space
Of old hurts and past chaos.
of old hurts and past chaos,
And creating a new space.
and creating a new space
For new possibilities
for new possibilities
and opportunities.
and opportunities.
Charlotte, do you wish to declare your freedom from the chaos, weakness, fear, and uncertainty that you associate with the process of terminating your divorce, your marriage?
You bet. I recognize that active grieving is healthy and freeing. I know that divorce is honoring the truth that my marriage could no longer continue. I really get that divorce is not a failure and that I'm not a failure. I am not bound by past experiences. I am unfettered and capable of making constructive decisions as I move forward. I will learn all I can from this experience, and in time I will release it and be free of it. I acknowledge and have compassion for the past so that I can live in the now and be fully present. I will remember that out of chaos,
that out of chaos can come order and balance.
and my wonderful friend Cindy, after the storm, often a rainbow, out of the pain, a birth. I'm getting there. I will look to see what I want and trust that. I will develop an attitude of gratitude and of letting go. I will become an impeccable listener. I will ask for what I want. I know that my source of happiness is not within others, but within myself. Need a Kleenex. I accept the responsibility for creating my future. Thank you.
When she was going through her divorce, Charlotte decided one day to purchase a ring for herself. And she chose the design of a coiled encircling snake. This image symbolizes eternal return and suggests that for every end there is a new beginning. The symbol first appeared in jewelry in ancient Greece, appropriately enough, and represented healing, regeneration, and rebirth. This design also suggests to Charlotte the Greek Delphic priestesses, and she takes from it their strength. Now, although Charlotte has been wearing this ring for some time, we present it to her publicly tonight as a vivid representation of the personal power she will take from this ceremony. I ask Charlotte's mother, Vivian Rosenberg, to come forward now to present the ring.
But I have a little poem for you.
You're going to have to get close to the mic.
I have a poem. The poem is Charlotte's Still Waters, Charlotte's Yesterdays, Charlotte's All of Tomorrows. Somewhere are tranquil waters that we all seek to find, to leave behind our sorrows and capture peace of mind. Yesterday has gone away, never to return. And this little bit in Greek. Και τώρα, παιδάκι μου, live with joy. And now my child live with joy. Yesterday has gone away. So live with love and all of your tomorrows. I love you, Mom. And I represent you. With memories of loving Sheldon, who is my husband, and my wishes. I represent Charlotte with this lovely gift. She can open it. It's my first ring that my husband gave me before he married me, and is in the Cartier of the 1910s. She always kept saying to me, "Can I have the ring, Ma? Can I have the ring, Ma?" So I thought that maybe it'll bring her luck, as I had some nice luck. I had a wonderful marriage, and unfortunately, he's not here anymore with me. But
But I
here
believe
with
he's in
memories.
this room
With memories.
tonight. Thank you, Mom.
And here's your poem.
Thanks, Mom.
And this is BK and Dina.
Oh, I love it.
And the children. That was Charlotte's poem. Now I have something for all those wonderful friends. This is a great night for me to take part in this occasion. I am very happy to see my daughter manage her life just wonderfully. As we know, and witness that all of us receiving as we are here. And she has, with some of the help of some very, very special people, some very special friends of Charlotte's, who are Mr. and Mrs. Sarma. Charlotte is the type of a child, if I remember correctly, as she was growing up, she was the kind of a child that she was having to be a friend. She wanted to have friends. They needed friends. She wanted to be friends with people who perhaps were a little weaker than her. Then she would give her scarf away, or she would give her sweater away, or an umbrella, or bring them over to the house for dinner. That's Charlotte, and she's very compassionate and very giving and love older people. Charlotte is a giving person. She's a happy person. And when Charlotte puts something in her mind, I know that she's very successful. She's very industrious. She's very honorable. And my friends, besides all the above, she's my daughter, and I love her. And I also, as her mother, I really like to thank all of you for taking this time to make this occasion, to make Charlotte's day, Charlotte's evening, Charlotte's celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian. There may be nothing more intimately coupled with our identity than the name by which we are called. Charlotte had been known throughout her marriage as Charlotte Russo. For the past year or so, she has again been using her birth surname of Eulette. Just as she chose at the time of her marriage to take her husband's name to symbolize their union in that way, so now she wishes to use her family name to reflect her identity at this time in her life. Charlotte has chosen this evening to publicly declare her name as such and to ask you to do the same. I invite Raimi Basso, Charlotte's close friend and fellow celebrant, to read a poem for us, in which the poet explores the meaning of our names.
Every day, our name is changed. Every day, our name is changed, say stones colliding into waves. Go read our names on the shore, say waves colliding into stones. Birds over water call their names to each other again and again to say where they are. Where have you been, my small bird? I know our names will change one day to stones in a field of anemones and lavender. But before you reach the farthest wave, before our shadows disappear in a starry blur, call out your name to say where we are. Call out your name to say where we are.
I now ask you, Charlotte, what name do you take?
Charlotte Eulette.
And I ask all of you, do you agree to call this woman Charlotte Eulette? In recognition of Charlotte's name, I ask you to repeat after me. We all agree to call you Charlotte Eulette.
We all agree to call you Charlotte Eulette.
So therefore we name you Charlotte Eulette.
So therefore we name you Charlotte Eulette.
We wish you long life and happiness.
We wish you long life and happiness.
In a loving and peaceful world.
In a loving and peaceful world.
Charlotte, in this ceremony, you have taken important steps of transition and healing. You have made covenants to guide your future. You have publicly taken a new name to reflect your new identity. You are ready now to face the future with renewed strength, compassion, courage, hope, and joie de vivre, all those qualities which have served you so well to this point in your life. In the words of Ernest Hemingway from his novel A Farewell to Arms, the world breaks everyone, and many are strong at the broken places. Your friend Amy Frith has some remarks and a reading to carry you forward with fearlessness, and I invite her to come forward now to speak.
This room is filled with old and Isabel met a troublesome doctor who punched and poked till he really shocked her. The doctor said unto Isabel, "Swallow this, it will make you well." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor.
Is destined to go through their own personal circle of fire. I'm sure everyone in this room has been through their own personal circle of fire. And come through on the other side to a shining new day, enlightened. With great honor and joy, I would like to sincerely thank some of my dear friends and family who have been extraordinarily supportive of me during this long and arduous 4-year circle of fire. Whoa. These people, whose names I will call out, are invited to come up at the end of the ceremony to accept my humble gift of a candle. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, you have been my flame of courage, my guiding light, and spark of hope through it all. You've inspired me to look forward to the magnificent bounty that life holds for us together now and in years to come. I gift you a symbol of a beacon of hope. You have been to me when I needed the very most. Light it and shine on. As Deli said, the golden fruit. Well, I have golden apples here and red apples here that are actually candles. And now the honored Beacon of Hope and Light Awards goes to, and you can pick up the candles at the end of the ceremony, my mother, Vivian. Yeah. And my stepdad, my daddy-o, Clayton Eulette, who's in Chicago, Pat and Gail Sarma, whose boundless love dashed the ashes for me, Jim Nick Doherty, my Uncle Gus, who has been a pillar of strength to me in Chicago, Dino and Katie, my cousin Dina, Jason, and Tom, who came all the way from Chicago to be here for me tonight, and the rest of my loving relatives in Chicago that are here in spirit. Mickey and Tony, Gail and Bob, Diana Sherwood, Matt Kennedy, the entire Celebrant Foundation everywhere in the entire world, Trixie, my wonder dog of love, and four-footed fuzzy friend forever. Bring her here. Beloved friend, Cynthia K. Reed. And I thank all of my friends here in this room tonight celebrating with me the best of life. Bless you, heart and soul.
We came tonight to honor and acknowledge enrichment for the common life. Where marriages are in turmoil, may there be comfort and support. And where marriages have waned of love, may there be resolution with the least of conflict and misunderstanding. Charlotte, you are now a single person, free to love again and to marry if you wish. May you willingly accept the good parts of your married life and remember gratefully such times. And as to the difficult and painful memories, may you continue the process of healing, and may you live the gift of compassion in celebration and gratitude of life's love for you. May you honor the gifts you can give and recognize your worthiness as long as you live. And may your days be filled with the wonder, the magic, and the beauty of life. I present to you Charlotte Eulette, a single, strong, and independent woman. Will you all please shout out to her your congratulations? And in tribute to her Greek heritage, Charlotte has chosen to close her ceremony in a perfect Charlotte manner, with belly dancing. In ancient Greece, the gods were worshipped by rites of describes them. They are sort of like a Hawaiian lei, only a Greek one. Please put your necklace on and be prepared to join. Charlotte will begin and then beckon you all to follow. I ask our drummers to return to encircle Charlotte as we close the ceremony. Now let the dancing and feasting begin.
Everybody get up. She pulled me out of the house. I tell you, I really feel like I've been through a transformation. And I really feel very supported by my family and friends. I was kind of nervous of going into this because it's a different kind of a ceremony. To tell you the truth, I really feel that it did me good. And from looking out at the people, I got a lot back from them. So it was a wave of love, appreciation, and strength, and it was good.
It's a beautiful ceremony. It was what you expected?
It was much, much more. You know, in the beginning when I were putting it together with my celebrant, Cindy, and I didn't know what some of the people were going to say, so it was a little surprise to me. But I have to say that it's much, much more. You know, when you go through it yourself in that moment, it's so rich, and my heart's very touched. Yeah.
Well, what's the significance of the celebration like this? Can you explain?
The significance is very much I feel like, you know, when you go through divorce, a lot of people think that you should feel guilty and bad about it. But I feel that with my friends and family, they gave me so much strength, and everybody goes through trials and tribulations in their life. I feel like a hero. I feel like, you know, like I won, like there was a very difficult time, and I came through it, and it was very healthy and healing, and that's what I think that the significance of this was. Make everyone feel good about something that maybe traditionally, you know, society frowns upon. So I feel like a survivor and a hero, and I feel good.
I guess I thought, as you just mentioned, like for most people, I guess that divorce means perhaps failure. Divorce perhaps means perhaps pretty negative, and also I say for some family perhaps shame.
Yes.
Did you have any hesitation to have this kind of celebration in public, in this kind of public place?
I was a little nervous about it, but I felt that I had to lead the way. That if I felt good about myself, other people would follow. And like I said, it's a survivor ceremony, so I would say I went through divorce. Somebody else may have been through an illness or something where they may had a great loss. And I want other people to know to take the courage to go ahead and run forward and enjoy life for everything that it has to offer. It's not just always the good, it's the good and the bad. And that's part of who we are as human beings, and I think it's important to celebrate that journey.
Well, I guess family, when perhaps in a traditional, perhaps like meaning, perhaps it's got the, let's say husband and wife kind of together for a long time or until they die. Perhaps that kind of idea was traditional, I guess. But do you think we should start looking at the marriage from different, I guess, perspective?
Should we look at marriage in a different perspective? Maybe you could clarify that a little bit more. Give me a little.
People should be free to have new life, a new husband, new wife, and that should be more common. That kind of notion hasn't been common in certain community, perhaps country or culture.
I think that basically, personally, I can say that yes, there's a life out there. Everybody should find their happiness. And sometimes there's a relationship that you have and it doesn't work. And I think it's very important to recognize that and do whatever you can to possibly, to keep the marriage together. But if it's not working, to find another place, another happiness. And there is, happiness for you. Some people may choose to get married again. Some people may choose to stay single for a while and maybe get married again or whatever. But I think that this ceremony
is very important because it tells you whatever your choices are, if it's good for you and you're happy, do them. And in time, there's healing. And in time, with your friends and your loved ones and your family, the right thing will happen. But it's very important that your friends and family are with you all the step of the way. And I think in different cultures, no matter where you go, this is true. I can't implore more with people. Their family and friends are so important. They will help you through all of the disasters, the trials, tribulations of relationships and health. And if you have children, all of this, the family is so important.
So what do you think by yourself? Do you think you're going to find a new spouse sometime soon?
I hope that I'm an old-fashioned girl. I believe in marriage. And yeah, someday I hope to find a very nice fella that has the same values and beliefs and just overall wonderful view of life. That is a good spirit, a good person that's kind and wonderful. Yes, I will find that person. Right there.
日本だと愛情がなくなっても続かそうとしてるんだけど、やっぱりアメリカ人は愛情がなくなった途端にやっぱり終わるっていう感じです。
Somehow it's perhaps a part of Japanese culture, maybe tradition, that even though the relation is very cold, let's say I'm talking about husband and wife, relation is very cold and also not much communication, perhaps there's no love in between anymore, but still they
stay together.
Do you think that's the case in America as well?
I think that happens a lot where, yes, people stay together. But then again, there's the other side of the coin where I think that sometimes in American culture, the slightest problem happens and then they want a divorce and they don't stay together. And I think that communication is key. Communication so that from the very start, you don't get into the bad habit of not communicating. And that's very bad. I think that in life, whether you're communicating to your husband or your sister or your children or your grandmother or your boss, whatever the situation is, communication is key. And I think that people, they shouldn't stay in a relationship if it's destructive. They should try to work and communicate and create, maybe make the circumstance better and involve their family members. But if all that fails and it really isn't good for them to stay in a relationship, it's harmful, then they should find a way of a divorce then is necessary. This is my mother. And
where's my ring?
I got it here. And
where's your ring?
Aren't you surprised? I'm totally surprised.
You didn't think I was going to give it to you, right?
Absolutely not. So
she kept telling me, I like the ring, Mom. I said, but I don't want to give you the ring. I said, that's Sheldon. That's my husband. I said, the first ring he gave me. And besides that, I said to her, that's a Cartier from the 1910s.
Isn't she cute?
I said to her, Charlotte. She says to me, then I don't want anything else. I just want their ring. If you don't want to give it to me, forget about it. I don't want you out the jewelry. So this was perfect. Yeah.
離婚することはこうみんなに恥ずかしいとかそういう気持ちはなかった。
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
Maybe kind of hard question, but how did you feel about Charlotte getting separated from her husband and must have gone through a very hard time?
It was very hard time. Yeah, it was very hard time. At the beginning, he was a very nice fella. We took him in like our own son because he didn't have any parents, and they were wonderful. He was kind, but unfortunately, sometimes you get into bad habits, and then things don't turn out the way. So I told Charlotte that this is not a lesson. This is an experience in your life, and you just have to go on. You can't just. And I'm sure that a lot of pain we went through, my husband and I, but like they say, life is not made out of a bowl of cherries, and I'm very happy. What more I'm pleased about it is that how